What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the fifth videos in learning MySQL. In this video, as we said in the previous videos, that we're gonna explain to you guys about the client and server. So in this video, we're gonna explain the client, what is the client, and what is the server in MySQL. Please subscribe Wood. As always, our programming videos will continue. At Wood, we are committed to bring you the best programming videos. If you like my videos, please subscribe my channel. Click the bell icon to stay updated with my new videos. A database is a grouping of related data that has been collected and stored for easy access and management. A client is like a customer that wants something and gives something in return for provided service. MySQL clients works the same. The applications you can develop with MySQL in PHP makes use of a single client, the web browser. So speaking of web browser like Chrome, Firefox and MSH, we need HTML to create website. Localhost or live is the client. We also can say that the computer that install and run RDBMS, that is a relational database management system, is also a client because they connect to RDBMS server, or in other words client server. So we're going to go on through on this. We're going to see that the database is a grouping of related data that has been collected and stored for easy access and management. That's very easy and self-explanatory. A client is like a customer. In everyday English, in simple English, we see this client as a customer that wants something and gives something in return for provided service. Say for example, if you guys go shopping and you guys are you are the customer and you pay for the product and you pay for the services that you get. MySQL clients works the same. Application you can develop with MySQL and PHP can make use of a single client, and that's a web browser. So in this case, the web browser is whenever you guys write anything inside the HTML, or your web browser is your is the client, because you request something. So speaking web browser like Chrome, Firefox and MSH, we need HTML to create websites. So localhost or live is the client. We need a HTML is a language that you can use to create you can write your code and create your website, and in this case HTML, our website, is the client. We can say that the computers that install and run RDBMS is also a client. That's very much true if you're installing the relational database management system inside your computer, and your computer becomes a client because they do connect to RDBMS server, or in other words client server. So this is the client, whether you guys using MySQL on your local computer and your local computers becomes client, and whether you guys using the web browser to our HTML to write your websites or to write your code, that becomes a client. And a client is just like a customer. When the customer wants something, they go to the shop, they pay for anything, for product and for the service, and they return they get something in return. That's exactly true with MySQL. Now we're gonna go on the server. What is the server? You guys, we hear servers all the time. We hear servers on any networking videos. You can hear servers on every platform. You can read the servers on a lot of articles. You can see the servers everywhere. If you want to open your websites, or if you guys want to learn about your website, say for example, if you are going for a telephone lines, or if you're going for anything that related to the computer, you can hear this name, the server. Server is just something that serves. Almost all of our work of web application takes place on the server. A specific application called web server will be responsible for communication with the browser. That's very easy and self-explanatory. We do it every day. We use it. We use websites, and the websites through the servers is they communicate with our server. So the web server is responsible for communicating with the browser. Servers are powerful computers that are designed to store, process, and manage network data, devices, and systems. A relational database server stores whatever information the application requires. The web server sits on and running on top of operating system, listening for requests and responds to those requests, and finally serves the web pages. The Apache web server is the most important web server. It is like Linux, PHP, and MySQL is an open source project. MySQL server is responsible to process all incoming queries from MySQL clients, and also responsible to accept database connections that are coming from the MySQL clients. Okay, so here, if you observe here, that almost all work of the web application takes place on the server. A specific application called web server will be responsible for communicating with the browser. So that was very easy to understand. The second one is servers are powerful computers that are designed to store, process, and manage network data, devices, and systems. A relational database server stores whatever information the application requires. So your application requires whatever information you guys processing. The relational database server stores that information. So we have three kinds of server here. The first one is the web server. The second one is the Apache web server. The third one is the MySQL servers. So in one instance, say for example, you guys learning the MySQL, you guys using the three of these. About the three of these here. So we are using the web server. How we use the web server? The web server sits on running on the top of operating system. You have operating systems such as Windows, our Linux, our Mac, and that web server sits on the top of the operating system, listening for the request and responds to those requests. How it listens to the request? It listens on port through the ports. How they listen to the ports? Because the packets coming through the ports, and what the ports they listen, they usually listen on port 80 or 8000. Sometimes the most of the time they listen on the port 80, which is the reserved for the HTML and HTTP. So remember that port 80 inside the computers are reserved for HTTP, or sometimes they listen on port 8000, sometimes they listen on port 8080. Depends on which ports available and on what time, and usually when you turn on your computer, which is operating system, if it's Windows, and this web server sits on the top of the operating system and listening and to requests and response to those requests. When you turn Apache, when you turn on the XAMPP, our WAMP, our LAMP, our MEMP, whatever you guys have the local server, when you turn on, it means that your the web server now is turned on, and it's going to listen to the request, and it's going to respond to those requests, and finally serve the web pages. So when you're going to write your script inside the HTML, our JavaScript, our PHP, then it's going to listen to this request, and it's going to respond appropriately. It's going to respond very quickly. And what is the Apache web server? Apache web server is very popular and it's open source. It's just like a Linux, PHP, and MySQL is an open source project. So Apache web server, it makes everything. It makes this magic happen. So it makes the magic happen on the web server. It makes the magic happen on the Apache in the computer server, and it makes the magic happen on the MySQL server. So you need if you want to run MySQL server on your browser, on your computer, you guys make sure that you install the Apache web server first. So MySQL server is responsible to process all incoming queries from MySQL client. Which one is MySQL client? Your local computer and local host and local computer, and your web browser is your client, and also responsible to accept database connections, whatever the connections coming from your browser. So make sure the first one is you guys needs to connect to the MySQL through the MySQL server that are coming from the MySQL clients. And as we said, the MySQL clients is your local computer and the browsers that you're working on. such as HTML or any other browser. Say for example you guys using the Facebook, and you guys are going to log in your server. So for example, you have a Facebook account, or if you don't have account, you guys going to register. The first one you send in your information, it means that your local browser, the browser of inside your mobile or inside your laptop or inside your computer, that's a client. And through the server, through the web server, it goes and connects somewhere into the database. Somewhere that database might be in America, that database might be in London, or that database might be in India or Russia or Saudi Arabia or Iran or Pakistan. Wherever the database server is, you don't know, you don't care, you don't want to know. So do you want to know that where the web servers of the, say, Facebook sits? Maybe in Indonesia. You don't care where it sits, in mountain, on the mountain, Mount Everest. As long as you guys can go and register your name through your web browser, or through the application inside your mobile, or through the web browser inside your computer, or through the desktop, your desktop, or whatever you have that connects to the internet, and that your local computer or local web browser, which is Firefox, or it could be Edge, Microsoft Edge, or it could be, say for example, Chrome, whatever it is, Firefox, whatever it is, that's the client. And your local computer is also the client, sending the request and you're getting a response. That, and the web server is when it goes to connect to the MySQL server, then MySQL server responds, and is responsible to process all incoming queries such as your name, your username, your password, whatever, from MySQL client, from your web browser, and also responsible to accept database connections. So whatever database connection, for example, you have a friends request, you have videos from your friends, whatever you have, that was already inside your inside the MySQL server, or inside the MySQL, you guys gonna see that one, because this is coming through the MySQL server. So after that, the MySQL server comes into action. It's gonna produce everything from your friends, your relatives, your parents, your brother, sister, your colleagues, your mates, whatever you have on your Facebook that are responding to your say video or your pages, you can see that one. And that thing happened, that magic happened through the MySQL server that are coming from the MySQL clients. So MySQL server is very important. First, to begin with, the web server is very important. The second one is Apache web server, which is free and open source. You can run it on your local host. And the third one is the MySQL server, which is responsible for all the incoming queries coming from the MySQL clients, and they are responsible to accept database connection that are coming from the MySQL clients, whether it's a local host or whether it's a live host, it doesn't matter. So now here we're going to see the client service structure. You are the client. As I said, you are your computer. You're sitting in front of your desktop. You're looking at the Facebook, or you're looking for the Google, or you're looking for anything here. You are the client. And you are going to type here something that I want to go on this website, say google.com. You are sending the request to the Google server. It connects to the Google server, and the Google server responds. It's called three-way handshake. You as a client goes to the sender request. It goes there. Look, I'm looking for Google server, Google websites, and the Google say, here it is. That's a Google server. That's a Google, and the Google comes inside your website. You can see that one, and it verifies that one. After that, did you get the Google server? And you said, yes, I get it, thank you very much. It's called three-way handshake. So three-way handshake, we're going to see that in future videos. But the client service structure, that how it works. You are the client. You have a computer, and you have for example, whatever you're requesting from the server, and this one goes, the packets run through the code. If you have an internet, and then the packets that you're sending, it goes through the internet port, whichever port you're connected to the internet, it goes all the way to the server. Server receives the ports and receive the packet, and reads the packet. Okay, so do you want Google, or do you want Facebook, or do you want this one? There it is. and which sends back to your computer. So you are the client because you're requesting something, because you are a customer, you're requesting a service, and here the service is shopkeeper, or you can say a big organization or a big networking organization. It sends you back the response. It means that you guys getting the service, or you guys getting the product. In case of Alibaba, you're going Alibaba, or you guys going to JD.com, or you guys going on any e-commerce websites, say for example Amazon. You guys putting your credit card, you guys like the product, you guys going to send a request, look, I need this product, I want it, and goes to Amazon servers. Amazon reads that and says, verifies, okay, you are you paid for this product, and I'm going to ship this product to you, and it's going to send you the receipt, and it means that your product's on the way. And Amazon responds to you, because Amazon, they have a server somewhere in Canada, you don't care, or America, you don't care, or Europe, or Saudi Arabia, as I said, Iran, Pakistan, Afghanistan, or Central Asia, China, whatever it is, you don't care, because as long as it sends you the something, your desired product. Say for example you are buying the Nike shoes or Adidas shoes, or you guys buying the big nice computer, or you guys buy anything that you guys like, and it sends you the receipt and sends you all the information back that you want. So, and then Amazon verifies and it says, okay, your product's done and it's on the way through the post. And this is the client server structure. Clients connects to the server through a specific network. Clients request information on servers provided information. Both client server understand each other with a common language, whether its language is internet, so that language is a PHP, or that language is internet, so they have a common language. For example, you are sending to Amazon your whatever you have, and Amazon uses, for example, PHP, so you understand each other through the PHP. It goes to the connects to the Amazon server, your request, whatever you guys order, and the request, Amazon responds back to your computer. It means that's okay, I received the order, thank you very much, you paid for this product for this amount, and they enclose all your receipts, and your product's gonna be on the way. So technically you are the client, and Amazon, our Alibaba here, is the server. That's it for this video, guys. If you like the video, thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe our channel. If you have any question or comment, leave in the comment box. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video, and bye.